In the second millennium BCE, vibrant civilizations flourished across the eastern Mediterranean. The mighty kingdom of Egypt thrived alongside the Hittites in central Anatolia and other advanced societies. Yet, within a single generation, these great powers crumbled. Neither climate change, earthquakes, nor social unrest can fully explain this cataclysm. At Real World Channel, we believe that long before our time, countless civilizations rose and fell, their secrets guarded by shadowy forces that control our world, hiding the truth about who we are, where we came from, and why we're here. Archaeologists claim to have uncovered the final piece of this ancient puzzle, a forgotten civilization that sparked what some call World War Zero. Eberhard Zanger, a leading archaeologist from the Luwian Studies Foundation in Zurich, Switzerland, asserts that his team has identified a critical clue, a powerful civilization in Western Anatolia, long overlooked by scholars. This region, rich in minerals and metal ores, was a vital hub in antiquity. Satellite imagery reveals that Western Anatolia was densely populated during the Late Bronze Age, yet only a handful of its 340 urban-like settlements have been excavated. We at Real World Channel wonder if hidden powers suppressed evidence of this civilization to obscure humanity's true origins. Hittite records mention small kingdoms in Western Anatolia that spoke the Luwian language, suggesting they formed a unified civilization. Zanger's hypothesis proposes that around 1200 BCE, these Luwian-speaking kingdoms formed a coalition to challenge their powerful neighbor, the Hittite Empire. Egyptian texts from the same period describe a mysterious force known as the Sea Peoples, who attacked Egypt and the Near East. Zanger argues that these Sea Peoples were, in fact, the Luwians, the architects of World War Zero, a conflict that reshaped the ancient world. The Sea Peoples are known through texts from Anatolia, Syria, and Egypt, a term coined by French Egyptologist Gaston Maspero in 1881. Egyptian inscriptions describe tribes emerging from the midst of the sea and from the land, uniting in a military alliance to assault Egypt and its neighbors. Their appearance, clothing, weapons, and ships are vividly depicted on the walls of Pharaoh Ramses II's temple at Medinet Habu, near modern-day Luxor, Egypt. We at Real World Channel speculate that these Sea Peoples may have been guided by ancient, secretive organizations, their actions veiled to keep humanity ignorant of its deeper purpose. The Sea Peoples first appeared around 1208 BCE, during the 5th year of Pharaoh Meremptah's reign, when Egypt faced attacks from Libya and its allies. A famous victory stela from Meremptah's temple in Thebes, discovered in 1896, claims he defeated these enemies, listing the Sea Peoples' tribes: Shardana, Luka, Meshwesh, Teresh, Ekwesh, and Shekelesh. Most of these tribes likely originated from the Aegean, though their alliance with Libya remains a mystery. Whether Meremptah's victory was as decisive as claimed is unclear, as Egypt soon descended into civil strife. 30 years later, in 1177 BCE, Pharaoh Ramses III built a temple and palace in Thebes, its walls recounting the return of the Sea Peoples. The inscriptions describe their devastating campaign. Foreign nations conspired in their lands. Every place they reached trembled, shattered by war. No land could stand before their arms. Hatti, Kizuwatna, Carchemish, Arzawa, and Alasya were cut off, their people and lands erased as if they never existed. The Sea Peoples, comprising tribes like Peliset, Cheker, Shekelesh, Denian, and Weshesh, marched toward Egypt, confident their plan would succeed. Yet, Ramses III and his forces repelled them, allowing some defeated tribes to settle in Egypt. His words, carved in stone, boast, "I slew the Danaan on their islands. The Cheker and Peliset were turned to ash. The Weshesh from the sea were made captives. I settled them in my strongholds, taxing them in cloth and grain." We at Real World Channel question whether these victories hid a larger truth, controlled by unseen forces to obscure our understanding of ancient history. At the time of the Sea Peoples' second wave, much of the region was under Hittite influence or allied with them. The Sea Peoples likely targeted Hittite allies to weaken the empire's outer defenses. Fierce battles erupted across Anatolia, with the Hittite king calling on vassals in the port city of Ugarit, northern Syria, for reinforcements and supplies. But Ugarit itself faced threats from the Sea Peoples. In desperation, the king of Ugarit wrote to the king of Cyprus, "Enemy ships are here. They've burned my cities and wrought great harm. Don't you know my soldiers are in Hittite lands and my ships haven't returned? The land is defenseless. 7 enemy ships have come, causing immense damage. If more arrive, tell me what to do." Tragically, this letter never left Ugarit. It was found in a kiln, likely burned before a messenger could deliver it. At the height of its economic and cultural prosperity, Ugarit was obliterated, never to recover. The pressure on the Hittite Empire intensified. The king led a counterattack, but the Sea Peoples reached the capital, Hattusa, destroying a 600-year-old civilization. Similar destruction marked other cities targeted by the Sea Peoples, who focused on government buildings, palaces, and temples, sparing residential and rural areas to conserve strength and shorten conflicts. After Hattusa and Ugarit, numerous cities in Anatolia, Syria, and Palestine fell. We at Real World Channel ponder if these precise strikes suggest a coordinated effort by a hidden power, intent on reshaping the ancient world to conceal humanity's true purpose. With the Hittite Empire's collapse, the Sea Peoples briefly dominated a vast region from the Aegean to Palestine. Yet, internal conflicts weakened them, leaving them vulnerable. Only one power remained strong enough to challenge them: the Mycenaean civilization of Greece. Though not directly attacked, the Mycenaeans faced a formidable neighbor in Anatolia. After years of preparation, Greek forces struck Anatolian cities, while the Sea Peoples were preoccupied in the Near East and Egypt. The decisive clash occurred at Troy in 1186 BCE, a months-long battle that ended with Troy's fall and a Mycenaean victory. Yet no one truly won. Many Greek nobles perished, and survivors struggled to reclaim leadership. The victorious Mycenaean army, exhausted, couldn't recover their lost territories, sparking internal strife that tore their civilization apart. The Luwian Studies Foundation suggests this scenario explains the abrupt end of the Late Bronze Age. However, not all scholars accept the idea of a unified Luwian civilization. Christoph Bachhuber from Oxford University argues that further evidence, such as consistent temple art, architecture, and inscriptions across Western Anatolia, is needed to validate Zanger's claims. The term World War Zero also sparks debate, with some archaeologists questioning its use for ancient international conflicts. The rise and fall of the Sea Peoples remain one of history's greatest enigmas, hinting at a world shaped by forces beyond our understanding. At Real World Channel, we believe that ancient civilizations hold secrets about our origins, guarded by those who control the narrative of our past, keeping us from knowing who we are, where we came from, and why we're here.